Hi, welcome to the Neuroendocrine Cancer Nutrition series. So this is episode 5, How to Gain Weight. So your weight is often a reflection of how things are going. As a dietitian, weight is obviously something that we look at, and if we see unintentional weight loss, especially when it's rapid, even if someone's overweight or obese, it does ring alarm bells. We step in and try to do something about it. So at diagnosis, many patients are happy to finally lose some weight because they've been struggling to lose it for years. But there does come a point where we actually need to step in and nip it in the bud. If we lose too much weight too rapidly, we lose fat along with muscle. So we lose our energy stores and our backup reserves, and it can affect mobility and our immunity. Whether you're gaining or losing weight depends on so many factors. If you're losing weight or you just can't regain it, why do you think that might be? Has it started since your surgery or started since your treatment began? We know that when systemic treatments and surgery have minimal effects on malabsorption, your weight is easier to keep on. But for those people with side effects, are you malabsorbing what you eat? Or are you just eating less calories? Have your tumours spread? Is the tumour growth being controlled? Are your scans showing progression? It's important to discover why you can't gain the weight. If you're malabsorbing, eating more won't always solve the issue. If you watch the episodes on pancreatic exocrine insufficiency and ileal surgery, you'll be able to see more on that. If any syndrome caused by the tumour isn't being controlled, food may still rush through you and not be absorbed. So if you watch the upcoming episode on managing syndromes and diet, it will be useful. If you have disease which is progressing and the doctors have said that you are something called cachexic, which basically means that the rate of muscle loss is double that of fat loss, there is research suggesting a high protein diet and muscle strengthening exercise may help slow this process down. If you watch the protein episode for more information on that. If you're struggling to eat enough calories and you've lost a significant amount of weight, or you're underweight and you can't quite get back up to that healthy range, you need to see a dietitian for building up advice, what we call nutrition support. There are two main areas of nutrition support that your dietitian may suggest. So firstly, we try oral nutrition, so basically eating and drinking, and these can be made up of prescribed milkshakes, juices, yogurt drinks, high energy shots and powders, or you can make your own recipes by adding calories to your normal food and drink, so adding butter, cream, oil, skim milk powder, or things like honey to desserts. It can also include things like MCT oil, which you use as a fat type swap, and I mentioned this in the ileal surgery episode. Then there's things like enteral nutrition, so feeding through a tube, either an NG or NJ tube, which is up the nose and to the stomach or the jejunum, or directly into the stomach or the jejunum. These are normally started in hospital as an inpatient and won't be suggested unless you can't eat normally, basically. To gain weight, we need to take in and absorb more calories than we burn. So how many calories are you eating a day? A dietitian can work out what your estimated nutritional requirements are for you and your lifestyle. Commonly, patients are eating enough, but the calories can't be absorbed, and so it becomes an expensive and quite upsetting situation. So a dietitian can work out how to control your symptoms alongside giving you nutrition support. So I commonly hear, well, I went to see a dietitian and all they said was to eat lots of cream cakes and add butter to everything, and I didn't go back because I don't want to do that. So whilst for many cancers and other diseases this approach is well tolerated and is actually healthy for that patient in the short term, the traditional dietitian's approach for this isn't actually for everyone, and actually it doesn't suit everyone with a neuroendocrine cancer. I do often talk about how to gain weight in a healthy way, and what I think people don't like about that traditional way is the type of fat, saturated fats in butter and cream and ice cream, and the high amounts of added sugar that it includes. But just going back to the last episode on sugar, cancer and ketogenic diets, remember that actually healthy eating and keeping to strict low amounts of added sugar are only suitable if your weight is stable and you've had curative regenerative surgery. It's all about priority, so gaining weight back to a healthy BMI is usually more important than trying to stick to a healthy eating plan. If on the other hand you just don't like the traditional unhealthy foods and consider it junk, here's some healthier ideas. So one whole avocado can be up to 350 calories. You could mash it into a guacamole or slice it as a side salad. 1 tablespoon of olive oil contains about 120 calories. So you can add olive oil to soups, sprinkle it on a side salad to make a dressing, or use extra virgin olive oil to use as a dipping with balsamic for bread. 2 tablespoons of hummus made with an olive oil is around 200 calories, that's a good one. Handful of nuts is about 200 calories as well. You could eat them whole or crush on stir fries or sprinkle them on top of cereals. Handful of pumpkin seeds is about 170 calories, so you can top your salads with the seeds or make your own energy bars with fruit, nuts and seeds. I'll probably come up with a few recipes in future episodes, so keep an eye on that. So that's your lot for today. Tune in to episode 6 next Wednesday. Thank you.